And lastly, let's do a review of all the different types of pairs of angles and their relationships. So for example, vertical angles, right? So if you remember, angle 1 and angle 4 are considered vertical angles, and they're always going to be congruent. That has nothing to do with parallel lines. They're just always congruent, okay? And the second type of angles are supplementary angles. An example of that would be angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary because they're a linear pair. They're formed by one line that got split by another line. Okay, so those two are also going to be supplementary. Complementary angles are ones that add up to 90 degrees. And so if you'll notice, here down here we have two lines that are perpendicular because they have a right angle here, which means that angle 7 and angle 9 together also form a right angle, which means that angle 7 and angle 9 are going to be complementary. Okay, which just means that they add up to 90 degrees. Okay, then we also have alternate interior angles. So for example, angle 3 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles, and they're always going to be congruent as long as the lines are parallel. Now, I want to mention this symbol real quick, okay? So you can basically think about it as if the lines are congruent, that tells you that the lines are parallel, right? So it implies that the lines are parallel, but it also works the other way around. If you know that the lines are parallel, then you know that the angles are going to be congruent. And so if you put these two together, these two arrows, that's how you get this if and only if symbol. Okay, so they're congruent if and only if the lines are parallel. It just means that it goes both ways. Okay, so we have angle 3 and angle 6 are an example of alternate interior angles, but angle 4 and angle 5 would also be another pair of alternate interior angles. Okay, alternate exterior angles would be, for example, angle 2 and angle 7, because again, they're on alternate sides of the transversal and they're outside of the two parallel lines. And they're again going to be congruent as long as the lines are parallel. So if and only if the lines are parallel. Okay, and corresponding angles are also going to be congruent if and only if the lines are parallel. And lastly, the same side interior angles are going to be supplementary if and only if the lines are parallel.